Hi, today we are going to see the application of blockchain in food industry. This is your project. After you have downloaded it from us, go to that project, go to the console app, go to the bin folder, copy this debug folder and move out of this of your existing project. Create a new folder called run food chain and then paste it here. Now open your command prompt and then make sure you are going to run your application from here, the console application from here. So we need to open 4 full nodes and 3 minor nodes, that is 7. So we need to open 7 command prompts. That is your network, blockchain network. Our blockchain network consists of 4 nodes, full nodes, and 3 minor nodes. So copy this. We are going to launch these nodes using command prompt. So go here and then do that and then say blockchain console app .exe 1 2 3 4 4. Start with 1 2 3 4 4. This is our first node. Then open then open the go there and say blockchain console app .exe 1 2 3 4 5. This is our second node. I'm just going to copy this. One, two, three, four, 6 is our third full node. One, two, 2, 3, 4, 7 is our fourth full node. Then we are going to start the minor nodes. 7000 is our minor node. $8,000 is our minor node. And then we need to open one more. So I'm going to say command prompt. I just copied the full path and then blockchain console app.exe 9000 is our third node. Now go back to your Visual Studio, open the solution file, then right click and make sure your startup projects project does not include the console application, because we are only going to open the 4 web APIs. Okay, so this is we don't want this to start up. So now we have set up such that we have 4 APIs, which is the farm, producer, retailer and consumer. We are going to open each of this one as its own website, and they connect to the four different full nodes, okay, to get the data and send data. Now we will start this project. While the project is in process of launching, let's have a quick look at the supply chain. We have a farmer. Farmer sends the physical goods to the producer, and producer verifies it and sends the goods to the retailer, and retailer sends them to the consumer. This is what normally happens in a supply chain. What we are doing is logging this flow into the blockchain. So when the farmer is actually sending the product, he is also digitizing the product and giving that information and registering the product's data into the blockchain. And the same thing happens with the producer and the retailer and the consumer. Okay, so this is our architecture. Now we are going to run our program. So when you launch it, you will have 4 websites that would open. Each web API is for one of them. Like for one web API is for the farmer, producer, retailer, and then the consumer. So let us start from here. Now, as you can see in this architecture, we have the farmer who is registering an item and is sending the item into the blockchain, digitizing the item into the blockchain. So we are saying farm register the product, and we are just giving some create. Okay, once you have done that, you should mine your product, and then after you mine it, you can go and then look into my products. You will have your product entered. Then you can also see how it is saved into your chain. As you can see here, this is how the first block is the genesis block, so you will have it from the second one onwards. Here you can see it was the miner 7000 that has successfully verified your transaction and created the block. Now in our supply chain, the farmer registered the product, and the product is called, ID of the product is GTIN1. Now in our supply chain, the product now goes from the farmer to the producer. So now producer has received the product. He is now going to scan the product and supply the more information about the product into the blockchain. So we are now going into the producer's web API. This is a producer's web API, and it is talking listening at the node 12347. Now we register the same product again here. Here now the producer can enter some nutrients info, and then ID, and then create. So just like how the farmer has created, producer also will submit his information about the same product, and the product is tracked by its GTIN number. That is your item number, which is unique, or it could be the QR code. Now here we do the mine again, and then now you can go and see in your my products. So if you click on my products, you have your information. Sometimes it will take just a minute longer to display. Then you can now go and check your full chain. See, earlier we had, now you should note that the full chain that you are seeing here is on the site for the producer, but earlier we were seeing it on the farmer. There also you can see the full chain has been captured. So the full chain information will be saved and is in all the nodes. That is the advantage of blockchain. Every node will maintain a copy of the chain. Now we have finished for the producer. Let's do the retailer. Now retailer also, retailer hasn't got much information to enter as such. He will be mainly entering the retailer from information just about himself. That is retailer ID and the name. Remember that we can always add more and more information in our code so that your data that you're supplying and entering into the blockchain is more valid and makes more sense. So now after you sent your information, you should always mine. When you do the mining, the information is processed by the miners, and now you can see here we have the full chain at this is the full chain at the farmer, this is the full chain at the producer, this is the full chain at the farmer. They both are, if you just refresh here, you can see that you have the additional one from the retailer also. So you can refresh the same thing at the producer. You can see, then you can look at the retailers. This is a retailers section. You see here, this is our retailers page. If you do full chain, it will also store, the node stores the entire chain information. Now at the last step, we're going to go to the consumer. Consumer also will register the product. That means this product is now reaching the consumer and he has bought the product. The consumer has purchased the product and it is now with the consumer. So we can simplify it by simply saying the information has been entered by the consumer also. Then we mine the same process, and we look at all the products that the consumer has saved so far. Just one of them bought one product on so and so date. Now the consumer, the purpose of this chain is so that the consumer can backtrace or trace back the product. So that is what we're going to see. The consumer will have an additional feature. This is our consumer's site. Here you can see trace the product. Now I'm going to enter the GTN number. Okay, and search. Okay, I need to enter it correctly. Okay, it is this one. So this is so in the last step we are tracing the product. So go to the trace product and enter the GTN ID information and you do a search. So here you can see, that means a consumer who has purchased the product can actually trace back from where the product has actually come and what are the details about the product. You should remember that any of the information that is saved into the blockchain, any information cannot be easily manipulated. So whatever the farmer, the producer, the retailer entered is actually true and has not been manipulated, because the cost of manipulating such any block in such a chain is very high. So it is not easy to manipulate or change anything. Hence it is very secure, and that is the reason why blockchain is very popular also. So now you can see that this particular product is actually coming from this farm, and from that farm it went to the producer who created it on this date. That means digitized it, probably he received it. You can give more information at every node. The producer can actually digitize this more information and supply it to the blockchain. Instead of just having product nutrients and product ingredients, he can actually enter more information. So when you are using this particular project, you can enhance it to add more. Then the retailer, and you have a consumer. And the same goes with the retailer and the consumer also. You can use your code here in the app model, where you have the consumer information, and this is the main product information. As you can see, we have this much information: product nutrients, ingredients, expiry date, manufacture date. You can add more and more to make it more better. So this is about this project and the application of blockchain in food industry. Thank you.